UGD, buying and selling an arms list. And this is my 2 cents, and this is coming out of Kansas. Your local and state laws may be a whole lot different. In Kansas, we have few restrictions on buying and selling to individuals, so make sure you check your local laws to know what you can and can't do. The first question I get a lot of times is arms list safe? Arms list is as safe as Craigslist. You're meeting somebody you don't know for a transaction. And so there's a process that we go through to make sure that we are as safe as we can possibly be. When you get on an arms list homepage, you can search listings, break it down to your state, you can even break it down to your city. Arms list also has a page of frequently asked questions. Take your time and go through those. There's a lot of good information there. I'm going to find 2 different kinds of sales on arms list: private party and, of course, gun dealers. This is a private party sale of this sweet Ruger. There's a lot of information that this seller's provided. The one thing he has put in there is his phone number. Now, I do not put my phone number in any listings. And the reason is I want to have an email record and exchange with that person. And I'm going to ask very specific questions from that person, like their name, phone number, and where they're at. And those are tools I'm going to use here in a few minutes. Selling on Arms List, I require an ID and a bill of sale. These are non-negotiable. An ID is going to tell me if that person is a resident of my state, and it is illegal to sell a firearm to somebody outside of your state. Now, a bill of sale, the one I use, is over here at the texasguntrader.com, billofsale.pdf. I'll put the link down below. This is an excellent bill of sale. Ask a lot of specific questions of the buyer. It's going to give you plenty of information on the firearm, plenty of information on both of you. I make 2 copies. We sign both of them, and each of us get a copy of it. This is a great way to document when you bought the firearm, and understand that if any issue ever comes up with that firearm, dates are going to be very important. With the bill of sale requirement and the ID requirement that are absolute for me, you're going to run off a lot of monkey business. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get an email from somebody in Nigeria that has a friend that can pick the gum up, but that's called a straw purchase, and that's highly illegal. Now, with the information that I've got through my emails, his name, where he's from, phone number, I'm going to do a very specific search on Google. If you look here, I have it highlighted. If you notice, I'm searching John D. Doe, and he's from Kansas. I put this in quotes, and the reason is that Google will search individual words and pull up every page that has those words in there. Now, once you drop it in quotes, now Google is looking for these specific words, and if you put these specific words together, you're going to find out any public information, newspapers, possible criminal record, Facebook, about John D. Doe. This is a great step to learn a little bit about the individual that you're selling a gun to. The next thing that I also do is I go to our public offenders list. I understand that some states may just be a registered sex offender. Kansas, we're fortunate enough to have sex offender, violent offenders, and drug offenders. So if this cat was cooking meth 2 years ago and did a stint in jail, I'm going to know about it. Probably not somebody I'm going to do business with. The other place that I like to look is Facebook. And let me give you a quick story of what happened to me recently. This sweet Sig Sauer comes up for sale. Not a bad price. The gun's a little worked over. I'm going to have to negotiate a little bit, but it's a gun I'd like to have. So I do the email back and forth with this gentleman. I get his name, I get where he's from, I get a phone number for him. I plug it into Google, and I got a Facebook listing. Looking at his Facebook, he's 18 years old, and frankly looks like somebody I don't want to do business with. Totally cut it off. Now, the next thing is you got to have your face-to-face. And I pick a parking lot, a very busy parking lot. Walmart's a great place to go. But be out in public. Be very visible. I get there early. I get out of my car, and I'm waiting. And I understand this is kind of an odd thing maybe for some people to do a firearm transaction out in public, but it's the safest way to do it. You want to make sure you're somewhere where you're visible. Now, there's also other options on how to sell your firearms, and I'm going to go over these real quick. You can sell it to an individual, and obviously that's what we're talking about. Selling it to an individual is going to maximize your dollars. The least amount you're going to get is if you sell it to a dealer. Another way to use Arms List that some people have not thought of in the past, consignment. So get on your Arms List in your local area and type in the word consignment, and you're going to find dealers that will do consignment. This is going to be about in the middle of what you can expect between you selling it for full retail or selling it straight out to a dealer. Consignment is an opportunity for the dealer to have a free gun in inventory and an opportunity to make money. Somebody local that does consignments is P4 Firearms. P4 is located in Wichita. Nathan is a great guy. I had an opportunity to meet him a while back, and somebody I feel real comfortable with. He has great foot traffic, sells a lot of firearms, and is a great resource. So I need to wrap it up. This is UGD talking to you about Arms List.